I'm sorry, who exactly are you supposed to be?
You're the Blue Panther.
No.
The caped Blue Satyr?
No.
Macho Libre.
Stop. I am the best Spider-Man 2099 to ever be released. What is going on, everybody? Articulated Ninja here. Shout out to all of my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Link in the description if you want to join the action figure family, my ninja clan. Yo, let's not even waste any more time. I paid extra to get this figure in early because the hype was real. And when I say the hype, I mean I hyped myself up. It's one of my favorite characters, and I did not get the Mezco. With that being said, let's get right into this S.H.Figuarts Spider-Man 2099. Alright, so y'all know what time it is. Let's check out the ass on this action figure.
Hey, yo!
Pause. I'm talking about detail, articulation, accessories, and size. Where's your mind at?
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain. So the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. So the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
Yo, the detail on this guy is amazing. The sculpting, the textures, just everything on him is amazing. And when I say textures, I mean like the texture on his hands is different than the texture on the bodysuit. You guys can see that futuristic type of sculpt work. It goes literally from the toe all the way up to his head. When it comes to detail is not one of my issues with this guy. I have my issues with the figure, but not in the detail department, because when it comes to detail, it looks like he was pulled right off of the screen. For me personally, I think this is one of the most detailed S.H.Figuarts figures, especially in a Spider-Man universe, that I have ever purchased. Detail wise, I have no complaints when it comes to this guy. This is a Spider-Man figure, so that articulation better be A1. And personally, for the most part, I think it is. Let me show you guys.
Round one. Fight!
Okay, you guys get the point. His articulation personally to me is really good. I was so worried that because of his tiny feet, I would have so much trouble standing him. He is really not any more difficult to stand than Gwen or Miles. It's very similar. I feel like his feet are really flat. They're kind of wide even though they look small. Mine stands just fine. So I'm so glad that it's not too top heavy. For me, it is super easy and good. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised because I really thought this figure would be way too top heavy. Not to mention, you guys know I love when I can cross my arms with my action figures, and he can definitely get into an arms crossed pose as well as crouch down in a traditional Spider-Man pose, like especially if you're using a flight stand. Whatever pose you're trying to get him into, 9 out of 10 times you will get him into. My only gripe when it comes to articulation is that it's not a cloth cape, so the cape is not articulated at all. Because of the way that they design the cape, it literally only moves from front to back. It can't even move from side to side because the peg is a square, so you can't even have it like blowing in the wind to the side. The cape is just the biggest downside to me when it comes to articulation. He can be posed with it, sure, but it limits a lot, and the cape can't do much on its own. And when it comes to accessories, you guys can see he does not come with much like Addo. He comes with another head sculpt, which technically has another neck peg on it because it reveals half of his neck. He comes with 2 of these web effects, and he comes with the bracelets and 2 extra pairs of hands. The only reason why I say this isn't much is because he doesn't come with a flight stand. Gwen and Miles, the regular and the exclusive version, I believe both came with flight stands. I don't know why he doesn't come with no flight stands, and I don't know why he doesn't come with more hands. Usually when you're paying around this price for a figure, the accessories kind of make or break it, and the more accessories they throw in, the more you feel like you got your money's worth. But I do think it's really cool that it came with this extra bracelet for Gwen. I wish it came with a few more bracelets because there are quite a few members of that Elite Strike Force Spider team, right? So I wish he did come with quite a few bracelets, but at least he comes with Gwen's. And the head sculpt doesn't look bad. I think it's screen accurate, especially at certain angles, but then at other angles, it just looks kind of doofy to me. I'm 50-50 with the head sculpt. Basically, I think it looks pretty cool, just depending on how you have it. I do wish we could have gotten more facial expressions, or at least one more. Miles and Gwen both came with more head sculpts and facial expressions than this guy. So I just feel like from the flight stand to the facial expressions and just accessories in general, they really shortened out on this guy. Maybe it's because of his height, I don't know. I feel like in terms of accessories, that is where this figure is the weakest at, the accessories. Now this is a big boy, as you guys can tell, but I do feel like it's screen accurate because as far as him being on screen, he was supposed to be big, very intimidating, and just looks like he can overpower with brute force anybody, and I feel like this figure really represents that. He's a little bit taller and bigger than the Marvel Legends Spider-Punk. As you guys can see here, we have the Sentinel Spider-Man, S.H.Figuarts Gwen, Marvel Legends Spider-Punk, and Black Noir, and here he is next to some of my Miles figures, and I love how he towers over every single Miles that I have. For the most part, I do not have the S.H.Figuarts Miles. Mine had a QC issue because I got the early event exclusive, so I ended up selling it and getting rid of it, which I do regret. I got to mess around with my brothers, and his was a standard edition Figuarts one, and it was totally fine. So eventually I got to get one. Here he is next to just some more oversized spider characters. Here he is next to Classified and Action Force, NECA, Gargoyles, and just some more of my favorite Spider-Man figures. And here he is next to some thick, beautiful ladies, and the accessory girls are kind of tall, so I love that he is bigger than them here. He looks really good. And then next to some other S.H.Figuarts oversized Spider-Man characters that I do feel like can overall compete with this guy when it comes to sculpt, detail, articulation, etc. I feel like Carnage definitely gives him a run for his money, but Carnage had a big price as well. And then here he is next to the true leader of the Spider-Verse, Thicky Boy Spider-Man. Last but not least, let's show him next to the Marvel Legends 2099 Spider-Man. An interesting thing, his cape can be plugged right into the S.H.Figuarts back, and it's kind of like it was made for it. It fits in so perfectly, and I love the way that it looks. To be honest, I feel like we get more options and posability because it can turn from side to side with the Marvel Legends web cape versus the cape that came with this figure. Guys, if I gotta be honest, I hate paying more than $100 for a figure, and this guy retails from anywhere from $135 to like $150. In the description, I did put a link to purchase him or pre-order him for $130. That is the cheapest I've been able to find him, and that's $130 with free shipping. Link in the description. That is literally the cheapest I can find him for anywhere. I didn't want to wait for the figure, so I overpaid to get this figure in hand early. It doesn't feel good, but at the same time, this figure was way better than I expected that it would be. I overpaid. I paid $150 plus a little bit more for tax and shipping to get this guy imported. I would not recommend that, but do I think he's a must-have in any Spider-Man collection? Absolutely. And I think the company knew that, and that's why they got away with charging what they charge. Not to say that the prices of their standard figures are high too. Miles and Gwen is around 80 to 100 bucks. So I mean, he's 30 more bucks than them. I just would have felt better about it if they would have just gave us some more accessories, a flight stand, and just tried to engineer the cape a little bit better. This way it's a little bit more posable, even if they didn't want to go with a cloth cape, because I know Figuarts does not do cloth. I understand that, but I just feel like the cape could have been engineered a little bit better. Overall, I do feel like this is the best, hands down, 2099 Spider-Man that we have gotten so far. And I've seen tons of pictures of the Mezco one. I can't really speak on that, but speaking for every other one that's been released, Marvel Legends or whatever, I do think this guy hands down takes the cake without a doubt. Honestly, the only S.H.Figuarts figure to me that can compete with this guy as far as detail, sculpting, accessories, just it would have to be the S.H.Figuarts Carnage. This guy is just so damn good. He looks so nice. The articulation is so good. The disappointing things to me here, like I said, is just the accessories for the most part. Everything else about this guy is so good. I'm nervous with enjoying this one. Like, I kind of want to get another one just to leave in a package so I can really use this guy and get him loose and have him in my pocket and just carry him around as like my figure of the day. I definitely could see myself getting another one. So the pre-order link is in the description below. He's also on some other sites, but Amazon is the cheapest that I found it, and hopefully the shipping date is earlier than expected when it comes to Amazon. But man, if you are a fan of Spider-Man, especially that Across the Spider-Verse movie, this guy is probably the best one they have put out so far. I know we got Spider-Punk coming, but I don't know, man. Like, this guy is amazing. He's really, really good. At this point, I just need a better head sculpt. I gotta hit up Dice Show Creations for a better 2099 head sculpt, because I'm not the biggest fan of this guy's human head, but everything else is really good here, man. It's just something about these characters that have experienced loss that I really love to appreciate and like. It gives the character so much more depth when we know that they have taken L's. And with that being said, guys, I just posted a behind the scenes video for all of my channel members. Link in the description if you want to join the channel. Channel members, go check that out now. It's up. Life is short. Miguel O'Hara definitely knows that. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace.
I was still alone the moment that you held me, 'cause I couldn't let go of who I thought I was. I guess that's how things go. It's yours and then it's history. When I was feeling ready, it ended just because. Am I a ghost in someone's body? Am I a voice inside your mind? And if I'm haunting you, I'm sorry. I haunt myself sometimes.
Unprepared for the things you told me. I hope I didn't scare you.